Alright, we are live. What's up, guys? This is Dem Keys, and you're gonna have to give me a minute or two. I decided to hit the start streaming button because otherwise I was just gonna keep getting distracted and I would lose my opportunity to stream. But I need to set a couple of things up, so just give me a second. Okay, so I have this. Huh. Do I really need to move this thing? Because, like, oh shit, something just fell. What just fell? Alright, I have no idea what just fell. I heard some sound. Okay, it is what it is. So I need to find a way to move this up. You know what? Okay, I'll just go with my usual setup. Give me a second. I have to move things around. It's not gonna be too hectic though, because I mean that's how I've set this up. So I just need to move things around a little bit here and there within my same location. Let's bring this here. Let's move this thing and bring it over here. Oh, wait, hold up. Okay, I'm almost there. I'm almost done. All right, the mic is where it needs to be. My mouse pad is where it needs to be, along with the other mice. And today I am streaming at a slightly different time than I usually do. Actually, not even slightly. I'm streaming at like 12 hours ahead of the time that I usually stream. It's kind of a weird time for me to stream. Usually I don't stream at this time, but today I got the opportunity to stream at this time, and for the past like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days I've been trying to stream. And just let's just say things haven't been working out. Okay. Okay, I should be clear. I wasn't able to start the stream. That's what I mean by things haven't been working out. Like it just wouldn't work out in my favor, and I would end up having to decide to not stream that day. Real quick, I want to see how much the music might be like overpowering my voice. You know what? It's not that bad. By the way, speaking of music, so there's two artists that I was about to say, two new artists. These artists are not new by a long shot. These guys have been making music for more than a decade. One of them is a band that I used to listen to quite a lot back in the day. It's a band called Machine Supremacy, and dude, at least back in the day, in fact, like even now, I really like their music. And another artist is Essenger. I recently found out about them because one of the songs that they did, Machine Supremacy did a cover of that song, and that's how I found this artist. By the way, yeah, today I'm playing Essenger's music. Shout out to Essenger. Go check them out on I don't know what other platforms they're on, but like start from YouTube. Go check them out. They do some pretty awesome synthwave music. I think I need to turn the volume down a little bit more. Just a little more. For whatever reason, the volume seems to be a little too high, at least compared to what it usually is. So I'm just going to turn that down a tiny bit. Oh, also, yeah, another reason I decided to try out their music is because after finding out about them, I did a quick search, and it turns out they have authorized people to play their music. So their music is basically stream safe. I think most of their music, I don't know. I don't know if like, I can't say for sure if all of it is stream safe. You're going to have to like go look it up yourself. But yeah, they did put out a tweet back when we were having this Twitch DMCA issue, where Twitch had to get very strict with the DMCA thing, because like otherwise they were gonna be in trouble if they didn't get strict with it, right? So they had to get strict with the whole DMCA thing, and then fortunately a bunch of artists decided to just put it out there that, hey, our music is stream safe, you can play our music. And thanks to them, we now have one very, very, very good example of an artist or band that did this is actually, I don't remember if they're a band. I think it's a duo. I'm just going to say artist. And an artist that did this, a very good example of an artist that did this is Midnight. I remember back in the day I used to play their music. I had found out that, you know, their music was actually stream safe, and I was like, man, holy shit. Like these people are heroes. You know, like during the time when people were super worried that how were they gonna get music to play on their streams, a bunch of these artists, they put the information out there. I remember Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park was talking about making a bunch of their music safe to play on stream. And I think he had also given permission for certain tracks, but like he also mentioned that, see, it's not that simple to do when there's labels involved, because like back in the day, labels did like a whole lot of the work for artists. It was really hard for independent artists to do that thing. These days, the barrier for entry is it's much more lower, so people can get into the scene much more easily, and they can build something for themselves. But like back in the day, people had to rely on major record labels and major like music companies and all to help them out, to actually get their music out there and make them famous and stuff. And so as a result, with those kinds of tracks, with those kinds of bands and that kind of music, it's not just enough for the artist or the band to give you permission. The record label has to be okay with it as well, because if the record label is not okay with it, you can still get in trouble. So like that's what even Mike Shinoda was explaining. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, he's one of the members of Linkin Park, and he does actually stream from time to time on Twitch. But yeah, even he was explaining that see, it's not that simple for like older tracks, especially when there's like record labels involved. Then like you have to things get a little bit complicated. But hopefully their newer tracks, they're gonna be stream safe. I can't say for sure. But yeah. So today I am hopefully gonna have maybe 2 hours. I'm not sure. Maybe 2 hours. I'll have to see. So, okay, because I've been having issues streaming for the past couple of days. I think it was the past 2 days. I don't remember. I think it was the past 2 days. Um, it's just that like I have a specific window where I'm able to stream, and if I miss that window, sometimes it's my fault. If I miss it, sometimes it's not my fault. It's like it's it's due to circumstances out of my control. Um, I'm being very vague with this on purpose, but like yeah, let's just say that like I have a fixed window um for when I'm able to stream, and sometimes due to my own mistake, I kind of miss a lot of that window, because like I might end up getting distracted with something, or I might be procrastinating. A lot of times it's like it's not even on purpose. Like I want to start the stream, but then I get distracted with something, and before I know it, like an hour has passed, and I'm like, man, I was supposed to start streaming. Holy shit. And the problem with that is because it's a fixed window when I'm able to stream. If I start late, I can't extend the time. I have to end the stream when my window ends. So hopefully that'll change at some point. Hopefully, but to be able to extend that window, kind of, I'm thinking of adding a TTS feature. Previously, I was working on like this chat kind of functionality, this on-screen dialogue kind of functionality for my VTuber setup. Now, what I'm thinking is, so I'm still planning on doing that thing, but what I'm thinking now is I might. So I do want to have like a closed caption kind of thing. I'll work on that at some point later. But for now, I need to set up a TTS system, and I have ideas of how I'm currently looking at various TTS models and seeing the lightest one that I can find, because I'm gonna be running the model on I'm gonna be running inference on the model on the CPU, not on the GPU. I'm offloading the calculation to like a other system on the network. So the let's just say the TTS system is going to be running on another system, and I'm going to be, how do I say this? So my VTubing app is going to be running on this system where I'm streaming from, and then the TTS system is going to be on another system, on another machine, I should say, because the system becomes kind of ambiguous. The VTubing app is going to run on my main machine, my streaming machine, and then the TTS system is going to run on a different machine that's on the same network. So my VTubing app is going to be able to communicate with that other app, with the TTS app, and then I'm going to send the result back to this machine, back to the streaming machine. But I think I'm going to send it, I'm going to have it received from a different through a different Python script. I don't think I'm going to set it to be received directly by the VTubing app, because I think it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to be a lot simpler if there's just another system, another program doing that work. Because like Python makes it a lot easier to do this kind of thing. I feel like doing it on the Unity side might get a little bit complicated, because what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to receive audio clips. So I'm gonna send text into the TTS system, and the TTS system is then gonna it's gonna output audio clips, probably wave files, probably something smaller, I don't know. And then I'm gonna send each of those clips over to back to the streaming machine, where it'll be received by a Python script, which will then play that audio. You know what? I can maybe look into a way to, because like I'm trying to find ways to do this asynchronously. Whatever I want to do, I want to try and do it asynchronously. Give me a second. I need to check, make sure we're doing. Okay. I just had to make sure we're doing good on audio. Also, hopefully the music is audible. I hope so. But yeah, whatever I want to do, anything that I'm doing in the VTubing app, I try to make sure that it is asynchronous, like to the best of my abilities. I want to try and make things asynchronous in it, and certain other things that are Unity specific, I want to try and use Unity's job system to accomplish those things, to do those things. I still have to explore the job system. I did start doing research on it a while back, but like I got distracted with other stuff, so I kind of left it halfway. Once I'm done with the C# async thing, with the C# tap model, then I can look into the job system, because like once I'm done learning, which to be honest at this point is relearning, because I've learned and forgotten this shit multiple times over the past year. But anyways, once I'm done learning this, I'm gonna start implementing a bunch of features in my VTubing app, which are all gonna include like async shit, like a lot of async shit, including the Twitch integration. There's gonna be, once I add the Twitch integration, there's gonna be a lot of like different opportunities. There's gonna be a lot of ways that I can do things, that I can create like fun things to do on stream. But yeah, dude, let's what was I saying? Yeah, so I need to, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. On days where for whatever reason I'm not able to like talk during the stream, I still want to be able to stream. I don't want to lose the opportunity to stream. But what I'm thinking is, on those days maybe I can do a TTS stream. So I'll talk using the TTS system, which it'll be kind of fun. I still have to test out the TTS system. I still have to learn how to use the Transformers library, the Hugging Face Transformers library, to do a bunch of things with like ML models, so that I can then, use it to do the TTS thing, because that's how I plan on doing it. Shout out to Hugging Face, by the way. The Transformers library makes it super easy to actually use models for various purposes. It can be anything. It can be something like sentiment analysis. It can be classification. It can be generating text, predicting things, and in this case, TTS, and a lot more. There's so much more. Even like generative AI, stuff like Stable Diffusion, AI art, stuff like that. You can. It makes it a lot easier for you to use these models right out of the box, let's say, so to speak, right out of the box. Like when you're using the Hugging Face Transformers library, it's a lot easier for you to use these models through that library. I don't know, what the performance comparison would be, like if you were using it through the library. Or I'm sure like the devs uh, who are working, who are maintaining this library, and who are constantly adding, more and more models to be used. I'm pretty sure these people are working on optimization as well. So like they're only gonna go with like the best, most optimized methods. But even so, I want to see like if there's going to be like a performance difference, or I should say a major performance difference between running the model via the transformers library and running the model, implementing the model by myself in a Python script. Because like implementing it by myself, I'm gonna have to follow the model's specification, and that gets super complicated. Like, dude, imagine having to do that for every model that you're using. It's that shit is not easy. Um, Also, it's going to be time consuming. It's going to be a huge waste of time, especially if it doesn't have that big of an impact. Which I still don't know if it does or doesn't have that big of an impact. But if I'm able to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish by using the models through the Transformers library, great. I'm going to carry on using the Transformers library. So, yeah. Anyways, um today's, let's say, agenda. Wait, I have this other window open for some reason. Okay. Today's agenda is studying the C# tap model. So that's what we are going to be doing. Okay, so I have read a bunch of these other things. Was there anything in overview that I was supposed to read? Wasn't there like that whole cup of thing, cup of this, cup of that, and like food and all of that? So yeah, so they were explaining like the pseudocode. Like this is a very good, like it's if you have never done asynchronous programming, if it sounds like a very alien concept to you, then you should, especially like I'm talking about like from a C# perspective. If the task-based asynchronous programming model is it's sort of a alien concept to you and you've never done asynchronous programming before, then you should probably start by reading this, because it explains it not from a programming point of view. It starts explaining it from, I don't even know what to call that point of view, but like it starts explaining it in simpler terms, and it uses like real life things as an example. Like it sets up this thing where it sets up this scenario where you're trying to make breakfast, or you're trying to make a meal. I don't know if it's, yeah, you're trying to make breakfast, and you have to make coffee, you have to make eggs, you have to make bacon, you have to toast, you have to toast some bread, you have to add butter and jam to the toast, and you have to pour a glass of orange juice, right? It uses these steps. It uses this scenario to explain in, quite frankly, a really good way, how asynchronous programming works. It applies the concept of asynchronous programming to this scenario, and it explains it in that way. And then it takes the example over into coding, and then you can see how it applies. So I've been through most of this. I don't think I need to carry on reading this anymore, because I get the point. I get the whole idea with asynchronous programming. By the way, I'm kind of glad that I decided not to. I should keep myself hydrated. Give me a second. So every now and then, I like to do these random vlogs that I post on my second YouTube channel. My second YouTube channel is basically where I put everything else that doesn't belong in the first YouTube channel, because the first YouTube channel I've left it for tutorials, which, I mean, to be honest, I haven't uploaded those either in the past couple of years. I'm planning on starting soon, though. I've also been saying that for the past couple of years. Hopefully, I'll be starting soon. But yeah, anything that doesn't go on the main channel, it goes on the second channel, because my second channel is what I like to call my creative outlet. I just post anything I want on the second channel. And that includes random vlogs. It includes various projects that I've been working on. It includes, in the past, when I used to make music, I've posted that music on the second channel as well. So yeah, I was planning on making a vlog today because I got the opportunity, but then I decided not to, because usually when I when I make one of these vlogs, I end up talking for like 20 to 30 minutes, anywhere between that time, give or take. But I didn't want to do that because I felt like if I did that, then I would have trouble talking while streaming. And it's weird. It kind of shows that I need to exercise my vocal cords a lot more, because I just cannot talk for a long time. I've been streaming for 26 minutes. Let's say 30 minutes. I've been streaming for like half an hour so far, and I'm already starting to like feel the stress in the vocal cords. I'm still good to go for some time though, but like that this is why I'm glad that I decided not to do that. Why I decided not to do the vlog. But I do want to do the vlog as well. Maybe I'll do the vlog tomorrow. I'll see. I'm not sure. I'll see. Anyways, let's carry on reading. So I believe I was done reading this, or was it this page that I was on? Okay, so what was on this page that I missed? Oh shit, I was supposed to be reading this, dude. Oh wait, no, I don't need to read this. Yeah, no, I don't need to read this, because this is like describing various, I mean, to a certain extent I need to read this. Like I get the idea behind asynchronous code. Like it's explaining why you would need asynchronous code, and I don't really, that's kind of like an advertisement for asynchronous programming, and I'm already hooked in. I don't need the ad, if you get what I'm saying. What I do need is to know more about the async keyword, the await keyword, how exactly I'm supposed to, when exactly I'm supposed to use the task.run method. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should read this right now, because I already started reading this and I don't know if I should. Also, I'm kind of glad that I worked on this little protocol, a message protocol for my apps, because at this point now there's multiple different pieces that are communicating together, and I'm kind of glad that I created this protocol, because this is going to make a sort of unified communication between all of the apps. All of the apps are going to be communicating using the same protocol. I was also considering maybe using OSC, but I'm not sure. I'll see if that is necessary at all, because like, here's the thing, right? They're all my apps. I'm the one writing them, so like I'm not sure if I need to be worried too much about having to use a different protocol. Like, I mean, on it, how do I say this? It might be a bit of a headache for me to write the server and client code, because like it has to be a server client pattern. So one of them, a server client architecture. So like one of the apps has to be the server and all the other apps have to be the client. What I'm thinking is maybe I could make the VTubing app the server, and then all of the other, okay, there's going to be an ad starting soon. I don't know when. It's probably going to be in the next 30 seconds because it says, okay, so the ad is started, so I'm going to sit quiet for the next 30 seconds. Actually, for the people who are not seeing ads, which anyone who is watching the VOD, you're probably not going to be seeing the ad. You're just going to have 30 seconds of dead air, which, okay, at this point, it doesn't matter because we are back. Okay. Anyways, I was going to say that for those who are able to watch, who are not seeing ads, in the meantime, I could probably just confirm. Oh, okay, the album ended. So we're going to repeat this. What we are going to do is we're going to play this on shuffle. Okay, and we're going to refresh. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing, but like I'm on the YouTube page for the Essinger album. We're listening to the album After Dark, and I'm just going to turn on shuffle and let it, well, shuffle. I also want to play Machine Supremacy's some of their tracks. I need to see which of their tracks are stream safe. Fortunately, even they put out a message. Like, this is why I was super happy about reading this. Even they put out a message back then when the DMCA thing was an issue. Even they put out the message that, hey, our music is stream safe, so you can stream it. And if you go on their channel, they actually have a playlist that they made for stream safe music, and there's like 100 or so tracks in there. I think 90 or so. I don't remember. It's more than 50 tracks. All of their tracks. So yeah, I'm probably going to be playing some of their music at some point. I need to test these. Today's stream is also going to be a test for this music because I need to see. The only way I'm going to know if the DMCA thing is going to be an issue, because like I need to worry about it on both Twitch and YouTube. Because like I stream the thing on Twitch, right? I do my streams on Twitch and I'm playing their music on Twitch, but then I upload the VOD to YouTube. So it could be a DMCA issue. It could be a it could be a copyright issue on both of those. Fortunately, with bands like the Birthday Massacre, it does get flagged, but like not to say that, oh, you're not allowed to stream. It flags and says that copyrighted content was found, but the band allows it to be streamed on YouTube. The artist allows it to be streamed on YouTube. So yeah, shit, dude, it works for me. Like, shout out to the Birthday Massacre. And for today's stream, shout out to Essinger. Now, let's get back to, you know what? Okay, so I did start reading this. I think I read the first. No, not even this. I read up to here. I think I read up to here, maybe. Yeah, I think I read up to here. We can go back here because I think I need this information. All right, so I'm gonna extend this mic all the way back here. Hopefully my vocals come through. Let's extend it a little more if I can. I don't know. I think we should be good. Yeah. All right, cool. If you have any... Wait, am I on the right thing? Yeah, okay. If you have any I/O bound needs, such as requesting data from a network, accessing a database, or reading and writing to a file system, you'll want to utilize asynchronous programming. You could also have CPU bound code, such as performing an expensive calculation, which is also a good scenario for writing async code. C# has a language level asynchronous programming model which allows for easily writing asynchronous code without having to juggle callbacks or conform to a library that supports asynchrony. It follows what is known as the task-based asynchronous pattern. Okay. Overview of the asynchronous model. The core of async programming is the task and task type objects, which model asynchronous operations. They are supported by the async and await methods. No, the async and await keywords. The model is fairly simple in most cases. For I/O bound code, you await an operation that returns a task or task type inside of an async method. For CPU bound code, you await an operation that is started on a background thread with the task.run method. The await keyword is where the magic happens. It yields control to the caller of the method that performed await, and it ultimately allows a UI to be responsive or a service to be elastic. While there are ways to approach async code other than async and await, this article focuses on the language level constructs. Okay, so this is an I/O bound example. This downloads data from a web service. You may need to download some data from a web service when a button is pressed, but don't want to block the UI thread. It can be accomplished like this using the HTTP client class. All right, so we are basically subscribing a new method to, we are subscribing a new method to the onClicked button event. And here we are adding async so-and-so, and oh yeah, okay, so they're creating an anonymous function here, and using that, well, anonymous function, or should I call it expression bodied function? I think. Whatever. They're creating an anonymous function here and registering that, but the important part here is that anonymous function is async. And within that async function, and this is something I've noticed as well, you're only able to use the await keyword if the method is async. I don't know if it gives you an error if it's not an async method. I don't remember. Either it gives you an error or it gives you a warning and it's not going to be async at all. It's one of those things. The code expresses the intent, downloading the data asynchronously, which, okay, yeah, so this is cool. A lot of the async methods, like be it for file IO related stuff, be it for networking related stuff, be it for even the JSON, the C# JSON class, even that has async methods, and I definitely plan on using that because I'm going to be doing a heavy amount of serialization and deserialization. So I'm going to need to like offload everything to other threads as much as I can. I think my system can only handle, I don't remember. I think it was 8 threads in total. I think so. It's not a very high end system. At least by today's standards, it's not a very high end system. It's a couple of years old. So um yeah, maybe let's say 8. I don't remember exactly, but let's say 8. So using those 8 threads is much better than using only one thread, you know? So I'm going to be able to I'm going to be able to get like the most out of my system if I'm doing async stuff, and like a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, it can actually benefit uh from from multi-threading, let's say. I was about to say from async stuff, but like in general from multi-threading. Whatever I'm doing, it can benefit from multi-threading, which is why I'm looking so deep into the C# tap model, and which is also why I want to look into the Unity job system. I'm gonna have to see to what extent I'm able to make things multi-threaded on the Unity side, because like I mean there are a bunch of things in Unity that are already multi-threaded. Like you don't need to make them multi-threaded, because like a bunch of them a bunch of those features, they are already like in the back end, they are being multi-threaded. Their multi-threading work is being handled by the engine for you. Oh man, my voice is already starting to, holy shit, dude. Yeah, okay, it's cool. We can go for a while. um I've still got like a good 45 minutes that I can stream for, which I'm happy about. I need to remember to water my plants after this, because I was supposed to, but then I got busy doing other stuff. I was supposed to in the morning. It's noon for me right now. Okay. What was I? I think I went off on a tangent with something. Oh yeah, Unity job system, and a bunch of the features are already multi-threaded. Like you don't need to explicitly write multi-threaded code for them. Um, but there are certain things where you could benefit from writing your own, or you probably might need to write your own multi-threaded code. That is where the job system excels. But like if something is already being multi-threaded, then you probably don't need to do any multi-threading stuff for that. I do plan on using, so Unity has an animation rigging package which allows you to set up like a custom rig in Unity itself. And from what I understand, it's not limited to being just humanoid, which is what I'm going to take full advantage of. I want to be able to control this rig. So like I want to add arms to my avatar. Just I think it would look kind of goofy, which is why I want to add it. And then I can capture like motion tracking data on another system, and then send that over into my streaming machine, and have that be received by the VTubing app. And within the VTubing app, I can then apply that data to like the arms, or to whatever other like tracking related thing. That's a plan for later. For the time being, maybe I can just add like simple animations to it, just so there's something moving. Oh, also, sort of sort of like a building block, a building block of my VTubing app, which is socket communication, networking. That's sort of that's a big necessity in my application, not just for Twitch integration. Twitch integration, I probably won't even need to do socket level stuff, because like I think the library itself handles a lot of that for you. But for all of the other stuff that I'm doing, like inter-process communication, like how I'm communicating between my VTubing app and the remote control app, or the VTubing app and the TTS app, stuff like that, I'm going to be doing that through sockets. So I definitely want that stuff to be async as well. I don't want that to be on the main thread. There's going to be a fair bit of JSON serialization and deserialization going on, because like each time I send a message, I'm going to be serializing data into JSON and then converting that into a byte array and then sending that byte array out of the machine. And anytime a message is received, it's received as a byte array as well. So then I have to like convert that to a string and then deserialize that string. So the serialization and deserialization, fortunately, there are async variations of those methods. So fortunately, I can make even that asynchronous. So I'm happy about that. I wanna like, dude, I wanna run my app, and I wanna run the VTubing app, and then I want to open up Task Manager. This is gonna sound like this sounds so fucking stupid, so fucking dumb, but I want to be running my app, and I want to open up Task Manager and see that all of the cores are being used. All of the threads are being, well, okay. I think it's 4 cores. Each core has 2 logical cores, and I think each logical core can handle 2 threads. So that means like a total of 16 threads, I think. Is that 16 threads? Because like that makes it 8 logical cores, right? If it's 4 physical cores, that's 8 logical cores, and then each logical core can handle 2 threads, which I think on Intel processors there's something a little more advanced now. I don't think it's as primitive as just like what I just said. I remember there was some technology that I had looked at where I think it found there was a way that the number of threads could still be like better divided into different logical cores. So like that way each logical core wasn't limited to just 2 or just 3 or just 4. It was like a variable length. Whichever one was able to handle how many ever at a given time, it would handle it, which is actually pretty good. Like from like a resource point of view, it's really good. You want like that thread won't have to wait until the logical core that it belongs to is able to process it. That thread can just go to any other logical core that can handle it at that time. But yeah, anyways, let's go by the logic of like 16 threads, right? I think in Task Manager you don't see the or at least the one that I have. I don't remember. But you do see logical cores. You don't see physical cores. Or maybe you can turn on physical. Okay, now I'm curious. I'm gonna open it up. You guys are not gonna see it because I have like window capture going on. It's not display capture. Hopefully it's not gonna show up on stream. Okay, so I'm switching to the performance tab, and in the performance tab I'm in the CPU tab. Okay, so it shows here 8 what I believe are logical cores. Give me a second. Logical processors. Okay, yeah. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. 8 logical processors. So what I wanna do is I wanna see like my app running and all of these cores are being used. That's what I wanna see. That's how I'll know that my app is doing something right. As dumb as that sounds, I wanna see that happen. Because I don't want my app to be, which, I mean, I don't know how accurate it's going to be because I'm running a bunch of other things as well, and I'm pretty sure those other things are also multi-threaded. I'm pretty sure OBS is multi-threaded to a certain extent. I'm pretty sure like some stuff in Firefox might be multi-threaded to a certain extent. Some stuff, I'm running my VTubing app, which runs on Unity. A couple of things in Unity are also multi-threaded, so not sure how accurate that's going to be, but yeah, I'll have to see. Like, I mean, if I just see that usage increase, I guess that'll also tell me. But yeah, dude, um, I wanna make my app like not completely. I wanna make it like super asynchronous to the maximum extent possible, because I want to get as much power as I can out of my processor. And of course, whatever I can offload to the GPU, I want to try and offload it to the GPU as well. We'll get into that bit a little later on, because there are a couple of ML models that I plan on running, but I want to try and avoid running models on my streaming system, on my streaming machine, because they can be very resource intensive. Unfortunately, only my streaming machine is able to run. How do I say this? A lot of the models, their inference code, it checks for CUDA compatibility. So if your device is able to, if your device, your GPU is CUDA compatible, which it's only going to be CUDA compatible if it's an NVIDIA GPU. If your device is CUDA compatible, then it's going to run code that's going to offload calculations onto your GPU. If not, then it's going to run code that does those calculations on your CPU instead, which can be bad if you already have a bunch of things that are trying to run on your CPU. So being able to offload the calculations onto the GPU is great. But a lot of these models that I've seen, the majority of the open source ones that I've seen, their code, it seems to be checking for CUDA, like specifically for CUDA, not like other stuff. Because like AMD has its own version of like GPU computing framework. It's I haven't read too much about it, but like from what I know, it's called ROCm, or how it's ROCm, how that's meant to be pronounced, and it's supposed to allow you to do GPU compute stuff. There's also OpenCL, which allows you to write code that can be run on the GPU. But from what I've seen, I haven't seen a lot of support, especially like when I look at the inference code for these models, at least the open source models. I haven't seen a whole lot of them doing OpenCL stuff. I haven't seen a whole lot of them doing anything related to ROCm. I've, to be honest, not heard a whole lot of positive things about ROCm either, from a lot of devs online. It really seems like if you're trying to run ML models and you're expecting to be able to use your GPU for these ML models, you're much better off buying an NVIDIA GPU. Is the music still going? Okay. You're much better off buying an NVIDIA GPU. because they've done a good job even on the consumer GPU side and even on like the enterprise GPU side. And at least from a programmer's point of view, when I see that a bunch of the models are specifically checking for CUDA, it kind of makes me think that yeah, they're favoring CUDA a lot more. Because like, okay, I've looked at PyTorch. PyTorch is it's an ML framework. It lets you it lets you write a lot of like ML related code, and PyTorch has various versions. You have just the vanilla PyTorch version, then you have the PyTorch CUDA version, and you have an OpenCL version. I don't remember if Rockham was an option there or not, but there was an OpenCL option. And because there's like a specific PyTorch CUDA option, and then I see like, oh, CUDA, a lot of these models are using either PyTorch or TensorFlow. And if I see PyTorch and I see CUDA there, then I'm just guessing that it's using PyTorch CUDA. And once again, like all of these things, when I see such things, like it kind of just tells me that okay, NVIDIA GPUs are probably the way to go. But anyways, like I went off on a tangent. What I was saying is, I'm running a lot of these programs on another system. Unfortunately, on that other system, I'm probably not going to be able to offload the calculations onto the GPU. So I'm going to be stuck running them on the CPU. But I can still get a lot out of them. The good news is something like TTS, the timing is not going to be that big of an issue. What's up, Sama? Welcome to the stream. Hello. I got a chance to stream today, like in the afternoon, so I took the chance. How are you doing, man? Seeing you in the chat, for whatever reason, I just remembered I need to do something for lunch. Fortunately, my chicken curry is still kept. It's still there in the fridge. So I just need to make some rice and I can then have that. But yeah, I was just talking about like how fine, nice. I was just talking about how I'm gonna be a bunch of the apps that I'm building for my VTubing thing. They're gonna be running on a different system. And hopefully, like, even though I'm not able to offload the calculation onto the GPU, hopefully I'm still going to be able to run them. Even though they're running on the CPU, I'm going to be able to run them like with a decent amount of performance. Because something like TTS, text to speech, I don't think latency is going to be too much of an issue there. Or delay is going to be too much of an issue. Obviously, if it's like a big delay, then yeah, it's an issue. But like if it's a few seconds of delay, I'm not going to make a big deal out of that, because I don't plan on using my TTS system too much. I kind of want to talk during my streams. I also want to like exercise my vocal cords. I want to get into the habit of talking a lot more. It's also much better when I talk a lot more. I like talking during my streams. I don't want to be sitting and typing during the streams, but like if it's a stream where just due to circumstances I'm not able to talk during the stream, then I definitely want to have an option there, which is why I'm introducing the TTS method, so I can at the very least do a text-to-speech stream. So there's still talking, there's still kind of sort of talking, but not really talking. I'll also have to see. We can probably have some fun with the TTS. I can probably make a stream out of that as well, because like I'm gonna be testing it out. It's gonna be a couple of hours worth of testing. I'm gonna have to test it and see how things sound. I'm gonna have to test the latency of it. I'm gonna have to test and see what kind of voice I can give it. I also need to find I need to find the way to make it the lightest on my system, because I don't want this model, this TTS model, to take up any more resources than it needs to. And if there is a way to train it, actually, I just got an idea. What if I try to train it on my voice, on samples of my voice, so that then when I do the TTS thing, it just sounds like I'm the one that's talking? I'm gonna need to look into that more, because I'm probably gonna need to train a TTS model, fine-tune a TTS model on a lot of samples of my voice clips. Do it? Yeah, I'm that sounds like an exciting idea. I wanna train something on my voice, but I need to do more research. First, I need to learn how to use the library that allows me to do this. Then I need to learn about the specific model. I'm also doing a bunch of other ML and deep learning research separately, so I can like understand a lot of the terminology. Because like ML and deep learning, they're still like fairly new concepts to me. I've done a fair bit of research on them, but like in terms of usage, it's still wow. I just noticed, like, because of how heavy my voice is becoming, I've still got some time before it starts to become an issue, but I'm getting to that point where like my throat is, my head is vibrating as I'm talking. Holy shit. Give me a second. I need to hydrate. I should be good for another like I don't know, half an hour maybe. But yeah, dude, I wanna look into ways that I can train or I can fine tune an existing model on my own voice clips. I need to see if I need to if that needs to be a. Oh, yes. Thank you for the posture check and stretch. I haven't looked at this in a long time. Holy shit. Give me a second while I get up and stretch and stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Yesterday I took a day off from like doing workouts and stuff, because I think the day before yesterday or was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday, I think. It was the second day. Oh, you heard my bones crack? That's funny. Yeah, probably because like I was doing it near the mic. Also, yeah, this might come through the mic as well. I do this a lot. Actually, I don't know if that came through the mic. Let me. Okay, shit. I missed it. I don't know. Anyways. What was I saying? Yeah, oh yeah, I took a break from doing the workout yesterday because I think the day before yesterday was the second day in a row that I decided to do a couple of rounds on my punching bag, my freestanding heavy bag. And after that, I was like, yeah, I definitely need to give my hands a break. But not just the hands, because like boxing is kind of like it gives like your full body a workout, especially the upper body. And so I was like, if I don't give my body rest, I'm gonna start having like fatigue issues, because I've had this in the past as well. It's happened to me where I worked out, I kept on working out for like continuous couple of days. I didn't give my body rest, and then after like a week or two, I would suddenly start having these days where just my body feels like super tired and super fatigued. And then because I keep pushing myself, that fatigue slowly turns into pain, and then it becomes a big issue. So I was like, yeah, I'll take a day off from the workouts. Also, yeah, my hands definitely need some rest. So yeah, it was good. Tomorrow I can start the regular workouts again. This is working out great for me. In fact, I kind of want to try and incorporate like some kind of workout thing once I get my body tracking uh, system set up. I want to try and do something. I can probably come up with some kind of fun game on stream. Yeah, that would be interesting. I have to see how smooth it would be, because the problem ends up being um the speed, because like this stuff gets captured. I don't have actual body trackers. I don't have like, for example, if you buy like a VR headset, some of the companies, they sell along with the, you can buy the VR headset, but you can also buy a base station and trackers, and you can put on those trackers, and then the base station, it tracks the position of those trackers. They can be on your knees, on I think you have for the feet, you have for your hips, maybe for the chest, you have for elbows, and you can like place them in different places. And that tracking, it tends to be a lot more accurate. Like, I mean, once that stuff is captured, there's still some processing that happens on it. And this, it depends on the software that you are using as well. A lot of times if you're doing it like in VR chat, there's a fair bit of like smoothing that's done, and a fair bit of IK calculation that's done. It's not like just it's not the raw data doesn't just get used as it is. There's a fair bit, like VRChat has their own IK system that does a lot of the heavy calculations. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, okay. So I don't have that. I don't have. I'm considering like whether I should try to get just the base station. I don't have a VR headset. To be honest, I'm not really that interested in getting a VR headset. I'm more interested in getting in setting up like a body tracking kind of thing. But I want to see if I can do just the base station and the trackers. If I can then just get that tracking data and use that somehow. But like I don't know how expensive. Let me Google that. I'm gonna Google it on a different system. So I believe Oculus has. It's not called Oculus anymore, is it? Now it's called Meta. What? Okay, let's look up Oculus. It's not called Oculus anymore. Um, but like, okay, Meta base station. I don't remember if Meta still sells, like, because they've been doing the standalone VR headset thing, right? They've been doing it pretty fucking well as well. So like, to their credit. But Meta Quest 2 base station. Wait, Quest 2 has a base station? I didn't know that. Okay. Let's not do this. Let's look into Valve. No, that's probably gonna be it. Let's look into HTC Vive base station. let's just get an idea of the price. So we've got the base station. Okay, we've got it on Amazon as well. The base station, at least on Amazon, HTC Vive base station is for $128. All right. How much do trackers cost? Do they come? Does the base station come with like at least two trackers? It includes one base station, one power adapter, and one power cable. All right. So I need to buy the trackers separately. All right. Cool. Let's look at tracker prices. Um, what are we looking at here? HTC 3-pack Vive Tracker 3.0 for smartphone. For smartphone, what? Also, holy shit, that is expensive. This pack of 3 trackers is $389. Actually, no, screw this. I want to instead of this, I want to look into the other thing. Sony came up with their own thing. It's called Mokopi. I'd seen it a couple months back, and then I think a month or two back, maybe 3 months back, um, I'd seen it at a convention, a consumer electronics convention. But like before that, a couple of months before that, I'd seen it like blowing up on Twitter, especially like when you're in the VR space. People who do a lot of, especially if you're in like the VR chat space, people who do a whole lot of like um, um, body tracking stuff, full body tracking stuff, they would be super excited about this because the setup, dude, the setup is clean, the setup is neat, it is it is amazingly done. They've made it like super simple. The trackers are not like massive like the ones from Vive, from HTC. These are like little buttons that fit on, I don't know exactly how big they are, but they're not as big as like the Vive trackers. Also, they're I don't remember what the system is with the base station. I don't remember if there is a base station with them. But like you can capture the data and it can be used directly on your phone. I believe they have like an app set up with like an avatar and stuff. But I'd imagine if you're able to get it to your phone, you're probably also going to be able to send it over from your phone. There's probably going to be API to help you do that, or maybe they'll directly have software. Actually, I need to look into this. So, okay, compact full. It's called. Wait, what? Did they release the price? Oh fuck. Okay, this is more expensive. This is a 6-piece set, which is $450. Fuck me, dude. This is expensive. Okay, so we're probably gonna need to stick with. We're probably gonna need. So the reason I was talking about like these tracking things, the trackers and stuff, is because my idea is to use computer vision. It's to use something like OpenCV or actually MediaPipe to be more precise. What I plan on using is MediaPipe, and to be honest, it does a pretty good job. One of these days, I'm gonna do a stream where I show you like the capture. I've done it. It does a decent job, and I believe it does. I believe it's going to do an even better job if I'm able to offload the calculation onto the GPU. I don't know to what extent it's going to do a better job, but I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing it's going to do a better job. Um, I could be wrong about that. Either way, I don't plan on running that system. I don't plan on doing the motion capture on my streaming machine. I'm gonna offload that to the other machine. So the motion capture data is going to be captured from a webcam, and it's going to be processed and then converted to actual usable coordinates, 3D coordinates that I can then send over to my streaming machine. And in the streaming machine, I can apply those coordinates to like various body parts. So like I can do hand movement or leg movement or a full body movement maybe I can do like facial capture and stuff like facial cap. I'm not really that interested in facial capture. I could look into it, but I'm more right now. I kind of want to set up the full body, a lot of like the body tracking more than facial tracking. Facial tracking is great, but like there's a bunch of other things, a bunch of other fun things that I can do with body tracking stuff. Um, there's also another idea that I've been sort of messing around with that I want to see if I can pull it off. Yeah, I want to see if I can pull it off because like I know I can capture landmarks. I can capture like um I know that I can capture um let's say if we are I'm not sure how to word this. So I know let's say I was capturing my palm. I was capturing motion capture of my palm, right? Um the way that it's going to be captured is it's going to pick specific points on your hand and on your fingers, and those points will be called landmarks. Those points are what are going to be processed and then converted to 3D coordinates, which you can then use for whatever purpose you want. um I forgot what my thought process was there. I forgot why I was talking about this. Okay, yeah, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, I want to try and build like maybe like I'll have to see how well this goes, but I want to try and because like I'll have to see latency as well. Okay, I want to try and build a system where I can capture my hand position and use that as a mouse pointer, and I can do left click and right click and maybe click and drag and stuff like that. Yeah, I want to see. I kind of the best example I can give is kind of like a laptop trackpad. Like how you use your finger to move on that trackpad, and then the mouse cursor moves, and your you can left click and right click obviously, but like in some of them you have this thing where you can like use two fingers and swipe up and it scrolls, and you can also swipe down and it scrolls. There's also another thing there's like convenient shortcuts like you can tap with your index finger, then the middle finger like right after that, and then you'll get that's considered like a right click, stuff like that. um I want to try and implement something like that. I'm gonna need to use Rust for that because I'm gonna have to interface with the Win32 API in order to like do the actual mouse button press and all of that stuff. I'm also gonna have to see to what extent I'm gonna be able to make that a system wide thing as opposed to just an application wide thing. Because like if it's restricted to the application only, then it's kind of useless. It's still cool, but like it's kind of useless for at least for what I plan on doing. Also, real quick, going back to this Mokopi tracking thing, I'm not seeing any base station here. So my guess is it's all done like from these little devices. It's a set of six, which you can like there's six sensors that you can place anywhere. I'm guessing all the circuitry is within them, and you need a what they're calling a compatible smartphone. So I'm guessing there's going to be an app running on there. Actually, I wonder how this gets connected. what exactly is doing the tracking? How are these things connecting to the phone? Um, because like the tracking seems to be really, really good. Like, dude, really fucking good. Okay, so let's look at how to use. Getting started with Mokopi. This might. I think the music must have stopped by now. Fuck, I think the music has been gone for like a good 20 minutes. Did the music stop? I think the music stopped. Okay. All right. Going back to this, getting started with how to set up the Mokopi system. Maybe this is gonna come through on stream. I'm playing it on a different system. If it doesn't come through, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna full screen this thing. Pairing. Okay. After opening the box, check the sensors and accessories, remove all the sensors from the charging case and pair them. You pair them with your phone. Okay, so it's like a Bluetooth kind of thing. Okay, so you pair each of them with your phone. Wait, is it connecting through Bluetooth? What is it connecting with? Like how is this connecting? I'm curious, like how is this connecting? Um okay, let me Google it real quick. Um Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. It relies on a Bluetooth connection with your phone. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So it will be limited in range, but Bluetooth has a good range. Like Bluetooth has a decent range. So like your phone can be kept a little bit away from you as well. But dude, this is crazy. This is actually good because this means that you don't need to worry about a base station finding you, a base station seeing you. Um, your trackers would be sending their position data to to the phone. So that definitely makes it, and also like considering how small they are, like it's literally like six. I don't even know what to call it. 6 coins. Let's say six coins that you have in your hand. Slightly bigger coins. They're not that small, but they're definitely smaller than your palm. They're much. They're actually, yeah. They're. I would say they're small. Let me see this person's hand. Yeah, it's this person. It's actually like this person is holding a button. Like it's that small. It's like one. I don't know, two thirds of their index finger, maybe. It's pretty small. So it's like six buttons that you're holding. They're pretty small. You can like place them anywhere. They have like straps as well that they sell that you can place the sensor into, and then you can strap it in various places. Straps and I think clips as well. So you can like place it in different places, like your head, your wrist, your feet, your legs, your hip, your chest, wherever you wanna, whatever you're trying to track, however you're trying to track it. Um, Though I think for now, I think they have like specific body parts that they're able to track. For now, I think they're focusing more on body tracking. I don't know what the situation is with facial tracking, or I don't know if they've made it like flexible. You can decide how you want it to be. So okay, you have head. Um, Hold on. Oh shit! Wait, is this music copyright? I don't know. Holy shit. Okay, I should mute this. I have no idea if that's gonna cause an issue now. Let's just hope it doesn't. All right, so what we have some body parts being shown, like, or at least listed. We have wrist right, wrist left, hip, ankle right, ankle left. Okay, so you've got the hands, the hip, the feet, and then there's got to be one for the head as well, right? That becomes the sixth one then. All right. I'm guessing at a later time they might add a way to expand this a little more. Okay. I'm guessing. I don't know too much about the system yet. But dude, okay, considering how small it is and like how simple the setup is, how neat the setup is, I'm not gonna cry about the $450. It's still I can't afford it. I'm gonna be honest. I can't afford it, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And considering that like there's integration with like game engines and stuff, I need to look into the SDK. What kinds of what kind of like development support we have. Okay, software development kit. Yeah, I mean they would have to provide a decent SDK if they want other applications to add support, right? That makes sense. And it works out well for me as well. If I had the money for it, that is, it would have worked out well for me. I could have written a Unity application, especially since there I saw the Unity and Unreal logos there, so I'm guessing they have SDKs for those game engines specifically. So you can definitely send in motion tracking data. I can either create an Android, a Unity Android application, which can then receive this data, or um, I can probably find some other way as well. I'm just brainstorming. Like um maybe they have a way for us to receive the data. How would we send it from the phone then, though, unless we have like our own application for sending it? Or maybe they have their own application um that lets you use something like OSC, for example, or maybe they made their own protocol, and that lets you send the data over, so you can like discover the device and then send it over. I'm just brainstorming. There's probably some specific way that um, they've created. So okay, um, we provide two types of SDKs. So I guess now we are just doing this. We are researching fucking Mokopi. Okay. We provide two types of SDKs for app development. Mokopi Receiver plugin, um, which is able to receive, which is able. What is Motion Builder? I've seen this name before. Motion Builder. Let me just Google that real quick. I'm doing all this on a different system, so like you guys don't really know what I'm talking about. Like you can't really see what I'm talking about, but like I'm describing it to you, just so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, okay, so Motion Builder is something to do with the 3ds Max company, Autodesk. It's something to do with Autodesk. So I'm guessing it's paid. Yep, there's a free trial for it. Okay, that's it. So I'm not interested. Okay, Mokopi Receiver plugin, able to receive data generated by Mokopi app with a PC or other external device. There are three types of plugins for Unity, Motion Builder, and Unreal Engine. For Unity, you can easily develop applications utilizing Mokopi motion data for various devices, including PCs and VR headsets. You can also provide a full tracking experience to Quest users by building for the Meta Quest headset. General knowledge of Unity is required to use the plugin. Okay, that makes sense. Great, cool. The other one is the Mokopi Mobile SDK. Oh, apparently it's only for corporate customers. Is it only for corporate customers? Okay. The SDK makes it possible to develop smartphone apps that link with Mokopi sensors. Okay. It says here it's for corporate customers. Does that mean we're going to need like a special license just to get that SDK? Is there like a download button? Regarding the commercial license agreement, please refer here. All right, great, cool. Wait, hold up. This has a commercial license agreement as well. Uh, okay, let's go into downloads. Let's see what's under downloads. Okay, receiver plugin for, okay, so there's an ad playing right now. Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep talking. Um, or I guess I'm not gonna talk. And we are back. Great, welcome back. So download and utilize the required SDK applications. So there's a receiver plugin for Unity, and then one for Motion Builder, one for Unreal Engine. Then there's BVH Sender. What is that? No, don't start downloading it. BVH Sender is an application that is able to send motion data BVH format recorded by the Mokopi app over UDP on a local net. Okay. This application has two types for Windows and Mac. B Wait, this runs on Windows and this is a sender. How does that work? How does that work? It's an application that is able to send motion data recorded by the Mokopi app over UDP on a local network. How does that work? Okay. So we have this and BVH sender is here. Yeah, maybe I'm misunderstanding how this is supposed to be done because maybe their app, because like, okay, if you're sending the data into, wait, BVH Sender is an application that is able to send motion data recorded by the Mokopi app over UDP on a local network. So like, if it's sending over data that's been recorded by the Mokopi app, which I'm assuming the Mokopi app is running on the phone. If it's running on the phone, like it would be sending that data over to a PC. Like, I mean, if you want to use it on a PC, is what I mean. Um, if you want to use it on a PC, um, the from that app you need to, or at least from that device, you need to be able to send it over to the PC, right? So my assumption is that we would need this sender app to be on the phone, not on the PC. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. Is it an app that's it's because like, okay, there's a specific format, BVH format, for that motion data. I'm I'm wondering if this is kind of like, if it's just an application that facilitates sending, like literally just sending. I'm also wondering if the Mokopi app itself has the feature to send the data to, like, connect to another if it allows you to connect to another device on the network, and then automatically send data to that device, like via sockets. So that would be the same thing. Like you would use UDP over there as well. Maybe TCP, but like sending UDP works just fine because like it's live data, right? If something gets missed, it is what it is. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. Um, yeah, no, I'm gonna need to look into this. Anyways, that was a tangent. Though I'm happy that I went on the tangent because I got to learn a little bit about Mokopi. I kind of want this thing now because this would be useful. For the time being, though, I'm gonna be using MediaPipe, and one of these days I might do a stream where we test out. This will be after I'm done with this C# tap stuff. After I'm done learning how the tap model works, and after I've gotten some practice with it, then I'm gonna be able to do the other tests. This right now, this tap thing is what's actually holding off a bunch of the other work that I want to do on the app, because a bunch of the other work that I want to do, I need it to be done asynchronously, and that is why I'm studying this. Anyways, my time is up for today. For now, I'm gonna try and stream again later on. If I do stream, it's probably gonna be in like the next 12 hours. Hopefully 11, hopefully 10 and a half, hopefully in the next 10 and a half hours. I'll try to stream earlier. Like if I wanna, if I want to stream, I wanna try and, if I wanna, what am I trying to say here? If I am able to stream, I'm gonna try and stream. But like if I want to stream, then I want to stream earlier. I want to start the stream earlier so that I can stream for more time. Because like I mentioned earlier, that I have a specific window during which I'm able to stream. Either way, I'm gonna try and stream. I'm gonna try and start my stream earlier, like I'm supposed to, and not end up getting distracted and end up starting the stream late. But for now, that's gonna be it. Summer, thanks for hanging out. Anyone else who might have been lurking in the chat, thanks for hanging out. I'll try and stream later on again. But that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.